Eagles fly. Let's peep the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them. Drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby. Let's get it on.
Hey, fam. It's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition, off-season edition of Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by us Eagles fans for us Eagles fans. Yo, guys, we're back and training camp and almost there. We're almost there. The 26th, our Philadelphia Eagles come back to training camp, and we can look forward to seeing them on the field. Today, we're going to start off talking about a Pro Football Focus article that ranks our Philadelphia Eagles roster in the top 10, number 7 to be exact. We'll see if you guys agree with that ranking and just how positive or optimistic you feel about this upcoming season. Had the pleasure last night of hanging out with our co-host here, Nichelle, and watching her do her thing in the real world. What her real job. She's a boss bitch for real. For real, she's a boss bitch. So I got a chance to hang out with the owners of Clear Rum, and that's why I have a bottle right here. This is hard to come by right now. But I tried it, and I talked to the owner, Amish, and he said one of his biggest claims was it's a clean rum. It's an American rum, but it's a clean rum. Not a lot of burn. They triple filter it?
It's filtered and distilled about 12 to 18 times, but in reality, it's close to 1,000. They just don't.
Yes.
They really filter all and distill all the sugar out of it. That's where you get the kind of smoothness from and the good feeling the next day.
And I can attest to that. And his biggest claim was like, I don't care how much you drink, you're not going to feel it the next day. And I said, you know what? I'm going to test that out. I'm going to test that theory out. Give me another drink. And then after that, give me another drink. So I tested, and he said, you know what, Dante, I'm going to give you my number. I want you to text me tomorrow morning and tell me just how you feel. And I did. I woke up this morning. I bounced up, too. There was no lag or anything like that. It was really smooth, no lag. And I bounced up at my regular 5:30 in the morning time, and I felt no ill effects. And I did. I'd send him a text. Amish, that claim was valid. It was valid. I'm up now, and I'm texting you. So I'm going to be doing the Clear Rum, Clean American Rum, and that's a good name for it, Clean American Rum. And I want you guys don't have a bottle, I know, but I want you to go out and ask for a bottle. When you go to your local spirit store, they're probably not going to have it. It reminds me, I get like a Tito's feel with this liquor. Like this can be a movement here, and we can start it. Right? So when you go there, you ask for Clear Rum, and they're going to be like, well, what's that? Like, it's just the best rum you can get, and you need to have it in this store. You tell them that, and they'll get it. But right now, we're going to start this first quarter, and I'm going to start it by drinking the Clear Rum. All right? So, you guys, you know how we do. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles here, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. And as I said before, I'm doing the Clear American Rum. And Pat, what are you doing?
I'm doing something totally different from what I ever done on this show. I'm actually doing a Scotch,
Ooh.
the king of Scotch. That's what it's called.
Okay, grown man.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm doing some Dark Horse Pinot because it went with my dinner tonight, which was shrimp and crab pasta.
Oh, all right. So
and I had plenty of Clear yesterday.
Yes, you did. All right, so here we go, and I'm going to experience the smoothness again. All right, so down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the
First quarter. That was really, really, really smooth. All right, here we go. So, the Pro Football Focus has wrote an article, and they put out an article where they rank every team's roster going into the season. And surprisingly enough, or maybe it's not a surprise because you guys might feel the same way that they do, our Philadelphia Eagles have been ranked in the top 10. Number 7 to be exact. So our Philadelphia Eagles roster in the views of Pro Football Focus is just right outside of the top 5 rosters in this league. And I feel very confident that this roster has been improved greatly since the end of last season. We're going into training camp on the 26th with a better roster than what we ended the season off last year. And that roster got us to the playoffs. Some key free agent pickups, a monster trade, great draft, so on paper at least. And I kind of agree with these guys. What do you guys think? Starting with you, Nichelle.
Listen, I'm with the roster moves. I'm beyond it. Actually, I'm ready for camp. I'm ready for preseason. You know, our offense has loaded up the weapons. They do have to make some decisions though, because we are pretty stacked, and I don't think everybody gonna make it into September. That's for sure. Our O line,
Rager.
our O line, man. Listen, you can't touch our O line. They're probably the best in the league. Period.
And it's funny that you say that because that's what they said. That was one of the they pointed out the strengths of each team, but they said our strength, if we do not have the best offensive line, we're right up there. We're right up there in the league. So that was our biggest strength. They said our biggest weakness, and it's our biggest question, is our safeties. Our safeties is the
That
biggest
part.
weakness and our biggest question we have on this roster.
Well, we just signed a very good safety. Jacarius Tart is not a bad safety to add to this secondary, to be added on to a secondary that has Darius Slay, James Bradbury, Avonte Maddox, and we have some key pieces there. That's why we're ranked I think it's number 7. Am I correct, Dante?
Right.
So we're ranked number 7, and also we got a very underrated free agent pick, Jimmy Moreland. He's going to be a slot corner, and that's going to give him the flexibility to move Avonte Maddox around through the safety position, just like Michael Jenkins. I think until the pads are put on, we can go off what they put out there. But we do have some key additions to the secondary that, I can't wait to see how they gel together.
All right, but so what position group do you say we have the biggest question mark at?
Special teams.
I know. I'm feeling confident in special teams because we have some. We're not going to. Rager's not getting back there anymore. Mm-hmm. We have some young boys that are coming into camp that'll get a shot at it, and I think
Devin
that
Allen.
at this point, nobody can be worse than him. I mean, nobody can be worse than this guy.
It's also the coaching of special teams and how they maneuver their personnel for special teams. I don't really have confidence in that. Our biggest position need right now is seasoned and consistent coaching.
How about that?
Wow.
How about that?
It's not any player position. It's the coaching staff. That is really the X factor. They want to always put it on Jalen or this defensive player or getting a safety. No, the X factor is our coaches. We have enough talent to get the job done and stay a top 10 team all season. But the X factor is our coaches, our special teams coaches,
correct,
and our defensive coach. Come on, I said that the last time we was on air.
You did say that.
All right, well, you sounded like a broken record. Okay.
All right, so
we haven't even gotten to training camp, and she's already on the campaign of we're killing the coaches until they prove otherwise. So we got 4 more weeks of this. We got 4 more weeks of Nichelle killing the coaching staff. But look, before you guys say anything or go any further, let me bring in our 4th co-host, and that's the people in the room. First person in the room tonight, KT Thomas, and it's always great to start off Eagles conversation with this line here. He says Dallas sucks. Second person in the room is Drexel Davis. He says, good evening, good evening. Third in the room is Tony Barron. Tony Barron is in the house. Tony, I'm so sorry for your loss. Was that I can't remember. I know it was a loved one, but was it your father? If I recall correctly, I'm so sorry for your loss. You can let me know, but Yes, I did see that on Facebook there, and we thank you for tuning in. I am. My condolences go out to you and your family.
Absolutely.
Stephanie
Prayers
is
up.
in the house. Mrs. Samlin. Malik is in the house, and Shane Townsend is in the house. What's good, ladies and gents? Fly Eagles fly. This our year. That's what Malik said. This is our year.
I see him in
Raymond
his
Williams.
Fendi. All in his Fendi.
I
He
know, right?
flexing.
Yeah, he flexing, yo. Raymond Williams says, "What's up, Eagles fam?" Oh, Sulema's in the house tonight. What's up,
Hey, Soul,
Sulema?
miss you.
Here's my favorite Republican in the house, Eddie. Eddie, what's going on, fam? Season
What up,
getting
Eddie?
closer, and I am excited. Yo, that's what's up, Eddie. Eddie, how do you feel about this roster? Is it top 10 roster to you?
He said quarterback. I know he's going to say
Gannon and
quarterback,
special
Gannon, and
teams.
special teams.
That's what he
He said
said.
that's the biggest question mark.
I
And
would,
we're
I
going to
would
get
put
into
it in
that.
this order: Gannon, special teams, then quarterback. But that's just.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So somebody said this during the week, and it reminded me of football. Period. Like if you have a good offensive line, you can have an average quarterback. You know, you go back and look at the Buccaneers. Their quarterback Trent Differt wasn't that good. You go back and look at the teams that had outstanding defenses. Jim McMahon with the freaking Bears. The Bears, punch shutouts. All they had to do is score 3 points every week. But if you have a terrible offensive line and you have a great quarterback, that doesn't even out. That doesn't even out whatsoever. So my biggest concern for our team is not necessarily this is secondary. It is that second cornerback position. We've played James Bradbury. We were able to beat James Bradbury down the sideline with Devontae Smith. Yes. James
Wait a
Bradbury.
minute. You're questioning James Bradbury, but
listen.
you're giving props to this. You're questioning a former
Yes, I am.
Pro Bowler, but you're giving
Yes, I am.
props to a late
Yes,
free
I am.
agent pickup. You don't have any questions about him. You got the questions about the Pro Bowler. The Pro Bowler. The Pro Bowler, you got questions
When was
about.
he Pro Bowl? Was he Pro Bowl last year? Or
Well,
did he quit on
Tart-
the team? All right,
Tart, you have no questions about Tart.
Tart plays hard. He last year he played hard. Last year he was coming
All right.
downhill lane.
I need the flag button now. I need the flag button.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Everyone's excited about that pickup. That kind of solidified our cornerback position. That's what
But
we
you go
all
back to
felt.
Nami Oswald. You go back to Bradley Fletcher and those guys. We thought he solidified it with those guys because we thought when Nani came over, we said, "Oh, he's a Pro Bowler. He's all this and all real that." Until you got him on the field, he said, "Oh crap, we up creek."
I know, but that was I don't know.
I needed to be tested in this defense to see what he can do. He has a lot to prove this year. Don't forget, they cut this dude. They made him expendable. Now, if you're a Pro Bowl corner, you don't just become expendable like
Yes,
that.
when you have money problems, you do.
will have to trade. You will trade him, just like Detroit Lions said. Detroit Lions said, "You know what? We would love to keep Darius Slay, but we're not going to cut him. We're going to make sure make sure he goes to the team that he wants to go to." The Giants didn't do that. They just straight up
because
said,
they
"You know
didn't
what?
have the time. They didn't have
They
the
did
time.
have the time. They knew this from the minute the season ended. After they fired, after they gutted the coach, and started getting a new coach over there. They knew they had to get rid of some of that money. You know what Howie does?
And everybody else.
Do you
knew
know what
too.
Howie does in those situations? He said,
What?
"Listen, listen. Now take this as a signing bonus. Let's extend you, and make it work."
Hmm.
He
Giants-
wheels and deals. He
Yes.
wheels and deals.
He does
I
wheel and
can't
deal,
even
but I
fault
don't
Howie.
think that Bradbury's play suffered. I think he just got caught up in the numbers game. He just got
did.
caught up.
But I
there
still
are
wanna- I
salary
still need
cap
to see him.
casualties that come across every year, and you're
Correct. I
shocked to
need to
see
see
those
that
casualties,
2020
those names
Bradbury.
on there.
I need to see that 2020 Bradbury, not that 2021. If you go back and look at that tape, 2021, he is suspect.
Yeah.
He had
Bradley
an
on a 1-year deal. Coach suddenly has Tony Barron says Coach suddenly has a lot of mouths to feed on offense. Will he keep them all happy?
Right,
Well,
that's
you
good.
know that's going to, and we'll talk about it in the second quarter, but a lot of that's going to depend on. I agree with Michelle. The coaching is going to have to be better.
What's his scheme going to be like? Is it going to be vanilla and plaid and Uggs again?
Right. We're going to have to see some improvement there. And then next, after that, we're going to, a lot of
Right.
our success is going to hinge on, it's going to be the quarterback and the coach. Basically, quarterback and the coach.
Yeah.
A
They're
lot
on
of our
Front Street.
success
I
are
can
going to be
agree, but
hinging on that.
together equally, not
Right.
one more than the other. And the YouTube comment was interesting about the O line being good and having a quote unquote run first QB. But let's be real, the one area our O line suffered last season was pass blocking. That's all
Definitely
they could
was.
do was run block.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They couldn't pass block last year. Let's be as good as I love our O line. Do not get it twisted. But they couldn't pass block to save their behinds last season. Let's be real. They
All
blocked
right.
harder for the run than they did for the pass plays.
Michelle said last year, Hassan Reddick is perfect.
Hometown
we're about to see that.
hero, CMD.
All right. That's the end of the first quarter, Pat. Let's end that.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so we're here. You're watching Eagles Talk. The most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by us fans, for us fans. And on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I raved about this spirit in the opening, and I'm going to continue to take a shot from it. Clear, clean American rum. And I have to praise it because this is the only spirit where I know the owners. I met the owners. He talked to them, gave me my number. He took my number. He gave me his number. I feel important, so I got to give him a freebie. Hey, look, I'm drinking your clear rum, Amish. All right? My bro. My bro. All right. Here we go, everybody. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Pat is doing the scotch, and I didn't say anything the first quarter, but it has to be 12 years or less, or it's uncivilized to be doing shots of scotch. You just don't shoot scotch unless you have as much money as Amish, because he's good grief. Amish is like, I got the Louis, I got all that, but I like the clear, as he's supposed to say. I like the clear. Yeah. But I got the Louis. I got bottles of Louis, Pappy Van Winkle, and I'm like, what? Okay, all right.
Let me read it. Let me put my specs on and read it.
It can't be 12 years or older.
Asian oak cast for over 3 years. Nose,
Okay,
honey,
you good.
ginger,
You
and
good.
spice, followed by a fresh citrus with just a hint of licorice. It actually tastes really, really good. It
All right,
really does
okay.
taste good. That's why I'm like,
Nice.
All right, that's good. You can do that. But no, if it's 12 years or older, it's just blasphemy to do shots of that. All right, so anyway, here we go.
that's why I did shot. It's been sitting on my bar for a minute.
Down the hatch, everyone. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, so here we are, second quarter. Let me open up with some comments. Leo Bridgewater, in response to Bradbury being released, he says Gettleman is Gettleman is hell bent on clearing out the dead money, and that's why I said
Facts.
he was a
Shout out to Leo. That's my homie.
salary cap casualty. That's why
Yeah.
he was out there. But I still think he has a lot in the tank. BJ says Salamalu was the pass blocker, but he got hurt.
Yeah, it sounded
Jay
like it was a very
Blanco.
good pass blocker. Yeah.
True.
All right, this is a good one. You guys think Epps takes the next step, or do we end up trading for safety in the season? So Jay is with me like that. To me, I'm in agreement with Pro Football Focus that our biggest question mark is safety. We don't have
You know
any
what?
proof. I mean, like, that's to me is still that. I mean, and I'm asking you, in all fairness, if it's not safety, what position is it that you have the biggest question mark about? And Pat, don't you dare say the damn cornerbacks.
All right, I want to be serious. Listen, I like Epps. I think Marcus Epps took a step to be a starter last year. He played very well down the stretch. He is a starting safety in this league. He's one of the fastest secondary guys we have. Period. Now, with that being said, you know what? I do have some reservations. You got Anthony Harris back there. You just signed Jakari's Chart. I'm saying his name wrong. You probably gonna play Vontae Maddox switching him back there because when he had to play safety, he actually played safety very well for us. But he's one of the top inside corners, so that's going to be a little, But you did sign Jimmy Moreland, so I do agree with that to a certain extent. But it all harbors on what our front seven does. If Gannon is able to do what's necessary with our front seven, they make your secondary look better. Are you
I'm
reading
so
Deion's
sorry.
comments?
Yeah, Deion.
I know. He's up there getting wasted, waiting for
He's
takeout.
like, come on, man. I'm in a local joint waiting for takeout, doing shots for the show, waiting for my grub. This shit expensive. We already in the second quarter. All right. They shouldn't be taking so long on your
He's
grub.
been
Where you
lit
at?
since he got in here. He's hyped today. Deion's hyped. He ready. He ready for the season to start.
Deion, Deion was claiming you as his show wife.
He was. That was
Yeah.
last season. That was last. We've since been divorced.
All right, look. All right, so in the second quarter, I'm saying that this season is going to hinge. A lot is going to depend on the combination of head coach / offensive minded, offensive coordinator and quarterback. I'm not alleviating JG from playing a big role in this upcoming season because he has some new toys on defense, as we talked about, and we just want to see what he's going to do with that, because my perspective was he didn't have all the tools that he needed to play the 3-4 or hybrid 3-4 that he wanted to play. All right, so he had a lot of pieces that that fit in a 4-3 scheme, but he's been brought up under 3-4 coaches, and I think that they have supplied him with more versatile talent now that he can do what he needs to do in a hybrid 3-4 look. It's going to look a lot of ways. Pat, you're the defensive specialist. I mean, we might see 5-2 out there, 3-4, 5-2. It's going to be a lot of different things.
That's what we wanted
this
this past year, right? Then we said at the beginning of the year, Grannon comes from this, where they're going to do multiple sets, and what he come out there with this cotton candy sweet roll type of defense.
Listen, vanilla.
Oh, Pat says the tight end is our weakest position. What?
It is.
What?
We got
Look, and Eddie says, get off the drink. Get off the drink.
All right. Let me do this.
Eddie brought up another good point about our running back rotation, which is true.
I think we solid with the run. I mean, I think for far as
we got
some horses in the stable.
No, we have horses in the stable, but I agree about rotation, which goes back to what? Coaching.
Yeah. What about our tight ends though? Name our tight ends.
Besides
Goddard. That's all you need to name.
Besides Goddard, who gets injured.
I never remember more than one tight end. Who does? You remember?
We got Goddard. We have the converted quarterback.
But it was when it was Ertz and Goddard stepped up. We knew Ertz and Goddard.
Trey Burton. You remember Trey Burton?
I do remember Trey Burton.
Yeah, Trey was all right. Don't get
He was good.
Yeah,
you
remember Rick Selleck, right? It was Rick Selleck and
Rick Selleck was all right.
We always had good one tight end. Then we had somebody that was stepping there
like B,
and we still do. We've always had a number one tight end that has been solid, and Goddard is that one now.
Number one,
he's that new number one.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside is our second tight end.
No, he's not.
I thought he's a failed receiver.
Yeah, he's a failed tight end too. He's just grasping at straws at this point. JJ Arcega-Whiteside is maybe out of here this year. I mean, I'll be surprised to see him make the team this year. For real, I would.
You know what?
I
I'll
think
be
the
honest.
Position change is just his last grasp at keeping a spot, and I don't know if he's going to make it. But Matthew Torres says biggest concern is Gannon. We can't have that plain old vanilla setup. It sucks. Always having to come from behind when there is no reason for it. # broken record.
What did Pat say? Playing 9 yards off when they only need 3?
You can't do that.
Oh.
Listen, I laugh and I joke. I laugh and I joke, and I talk about James Bradbury. I talk about the tight end position. It's jokes because I see this team is almost being incomplete because they still got to get together and on the field, and that communication got to get tighter. But it all harbors to what you just said, Michelle. It goes on to the coaches first, then it goes on to the players. If their philosophy, if their play calling during games aren't up to par, then you know what? You lose this team. You lose this team. If you're not able to call the proper play in the proper time, you what good are you?
And being unwilling to make adjustments when you
All
know
right.
it's not working.
Yeah.
Bill Crow says you tripping. You need to leave that weed alone.
Puff up pass.
JT, are you away? I know JT was going on vacation. Are you away and you're still?
JT
Now
in the
that's
island
dedication.
somewhere.
I think he's on the island somewhere and he's still following the show. JT, that's dedication. Dedication, one of our biggest fans. I appreciate that. And I told him, I said, I missed you last week. He said, I know I was doing such and such, but he's on an island somewhere and he's in this room. Thank you, JT. All right, Carrington says going to be an air show this year. I hope so. I mean,
Yeah, it
I
needs to
think
be.
that they're going to try very hard to establish that
To make
passing
it an
game
air
because
show. Yeah.
right, because that's just
Because of all the crap everybody talks all the time.
Right, all the
but
crap.
Richard has a good point. Who's the offensive coordinator? Who is that?
Shane Steichen.
Oh,
Shane
right.
Steichen.
Steichen.
Yeah.
who's the play
Steichen.
caller. Steichen is also the play caller too.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it came out. He was the play caller from
they started moving the ball.
mid-season on. When they started moving the ball and going
We
to the
started
run.
winning.
Yep, when we started winning, he was the guy behind the curtain. Yeah,
All right.
we seen
but
who the wizard
did
was.
he finish the season as the play
Yep.
caller?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He finished the season.
So Steichen's in the hot seat with Sirianni.
Right, so he's in the hot seat with Sirianni. But
All right.
If last year is any indication, I'd rather have those responsibilities in his lap than in Sirianni's lap because
Facts.
it was known that Sirianni was the play caller when we got off to that slow start, but Steichen was the play caller when we made that run and went to that run
Okay.
offense.
Okay.
So I'm with that.
Okay.
We'll see. All right, Fred says we have good
I
blocking
forgot all about
receivers,
him.
which helps the lack of tight ends. We may run more 13 sets and not 12 like last year. I want to see 11s. You know what I'm saying? You talking about 12s and 13. I want to see 11s. Shoot.
11 is more tight ends.
no, JT said he's back. He is back home. How was your vacation then, JT? All right, if you're back home. Sulema says, I need to see more passing this season.
We all
Don't
do.
you worry about it. I think there's going to be a heavy push on trying to establish the passing game. All the elements are there. We have an owner that likes to see a high-flying passing attack. We have a head coach that has a background in the passing game. And then we have gone and got weapons for our quarterback. So I don't doubt that you're going to see more of a passing attack or at least an attempt to establish the passing game more than what we've seen last year. Now, it's always a great
AJ's going
thing.
to open it up for us. I think having AJ out there with Devontae and a Goddard, I think the field's going to open up for us more this year because of the weapons that we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We should, in theory, on paper, be able to open this offense up way more than we did last year with the guys we have. In theory,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the guys we have now. With the
Yes.
guys we have now. Because there was some mad suspect route running last season by the entire receiving core.
Are you serious? By even my man, the Slim Reaper? The
The
Slim
Slim
Reaper
Reaper
seemed
is
to-
great, but I mean, you can't put all that pressure on the rookie. He is going to make mistakes in terms of route running that will always translate to Jalen threw it the wrong way. You know what I mean? That goes back to the play calling. Like, if you don't know what play they're running or what their reads are, we're just viewers. We're just watching. But there's a lot of components into a developing play. So and some of them were BS routes. And when you watch certain plays that you know where the ball's supposed to go, the receiver wasn't there. They have to do a little bit better job, and that still goes back to the receivers coach getting
Yes,
them
it
ready
does.
to run tight routes.
Run your route like you're
All
going to
right,
get the ball.
that's the end of the second quarter. We stretched it out for you, Dion. So that's the end of the second quarter. In that second quarter, Pat.
That's right.
And
They
that's
can't double
the
team
end
both
of
Smitty
the
and
quarter.
AJ. They can't
All
double
right.
team them both.
All right, so you're watching Eagles Talk, the number one Eagles coverage show on Facebook and the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Eagles, and we do so, the Birds. And we do so in such a relaxed manner. Look, I ran into some Birds fans down here in Dover, and after they exposed themselves, all you heard when they were passing each other, "Go Birds! Go Birds! Go Birds! Go Birds!" Like,
We sound like a bunch of birds when we're out
Oh,
of
my
town
goodness.
somewhere else.
Oh man, it was
Even
incredible.
at the baseball game.
Uh-huh.
At
At any game, it doesn't matter. Baseball, hockey,
They don't do that
whatever,
with other teams. Other teams don't.
basketball.
It's not that passionate. That passion.
Oh
not
yeah,
there.
Philadelphia. The Eagles are still they still rule this town. So anyway, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Like I said in the opening, and every quarter since, I am doing the clear, clean American rum. Got to try it. And
I'm doing the.
if they don't have it at your local spirit
Scotch.
store, you make sure you ask for
Ask
it. Tell
for
them
it.
to get it. You need to get
Ask for it
clear,
at your bar,
clean
your
rum.
local store, or go to a
Yes.
Phillies game.
Hey, I need one. I need one.
If you
have
go
it
to the
at the
Phillies
Phillies
game, you
game.
can get it. They have
Yep.
it at the Phillies game. This is the bottle. The bottle, I even like the bottle. When I pulled the bottle out, my friends was like, "Ooh, that's a nice bottle." You know,
Yeah.
everything is marketing. When you pull the bottle out, people are attracted sometimes just by, "Ooh, that's a cool bottle. I like that bottle." And this is a cool bottle. So here we are. We're going to let me know what you're drinking out there. I'm doing the clear, clean American rum.
Pinot.
Pat is doing,
Dark horse.
Michelle is doing the wine, and Pat is doing scotch that is less than 12 years old, or it would be
That's it.
uncivilized. All right, here we go.
Barbaric.
Everyone, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, it's the third quarter. So this is the first quarter after the half. Let me just give a shout out to my boy. My boy turns 16 today. It just seems like yesterday. And I put the post up on IG and Facebook, and I opened it with pictures of him as like 1 or 2 years old, because it seems like it was just yesterday that was happening. And now we are here, and he's 16, and he's almost looking me in my eyes. I keep telling him he thinks he's going to pass me in height, and I've said I'll stop feeding you before that happens. But you know, it's just a joy to watch him grow up, and to see him at 16 is just amazing to me. I know every parent out there, when you look back on your kids and you see like, wow, they were just crawling, and now they're looking me in the eye, and they have their own thoughts. Like, wow, like it's incredible. So, congratulations, happy birthday, Dante Jr. Love you, man. And we're going to start this third quarter.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, Sulema says I'm drinking green tea because I had too many fireball shots while shooting pool last night. Oh wow!
But
You know,
did you win,
Sulema's a park shark. I mean, a pool shark. She's a pool shark. You don't ever play pool with Sulema. You
Nope.
need to know that. You need to. If you don't follow her, she will take your money. I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. She's the Minnesota Fats of pool. You don't do it. All right, Eddie says, and we seriously not going to talk about Sirianni stepping up to a Giants fan and say, "Oh yeah, wow."
Eddie,
We did that. Did we talk
But
about
they-
that
last
last
we
week,
talked
time?
about that last week. We did talk about that, Eddie.
Yeah, we already
Yeah,
talked about
that was overblown, Eddie.
It was,
That
and they
guy-
blew up his spot, Marks and Reese. They
Yeah,
grilled him
yeah.
and got him to change his story 3
Listen,
times.
man, were you scared of the 2 steps that he took towards
Right?
you? No.
Right?
Were you scared of the 2
No.
steps, or was it the third
the
step
first
in the air?
step, or was it the second step?
Right? It was menacing, or was it not menacing? Well, no, I wasn't intimidated. Well, yes, I was intimidated.
Nah, man, listen.
It's not even worth my
Yeah.
breath. Next subject.
Oh, hold up. Here's Eddie again up early. He says, wait. You cannot put Sirianni on the hot seat this year. If he does win the division or playoff game, he is for next season. I only say this because the capital spent by front office. I don't think you do that for a coach who you lose faith in.
And you trust this front office? Man, listen.
I mean, listen,
Listen.
this front office,
They
the
got rid
one
of a
thing they
Super
do.
Bowl winning coach, and you think we're going to give Sirianni the benefit of the doubt? Psh.
The one thing they
Yeah.
do since we changed owners, which they has brought in new and good football coaches since he's been the owner for the Philadelphia Eagles. It was Ray Rhodes, then went from Ray Rhodes to who? Andy Reid. Andy Reid to the guy that's
So
UCLA.
Doug that bought it home.
Yeah,
Doug.
No,
No.
what's his
Chip
name? Kelly.
I'm
Chip
sorry.
Kelly.
I was
That
trying
was
to
a
skip over
failed
that.
experiment.
Dick Kelly.
We
Kelly.
But you know what?
act
We
like
was
he doesn't
still
even
was.
exist.
We still, because of Chip Kelly, he put us in position where only needed a few pieces
No,
from
Dick
in
Kelly.
Doug's. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but he messed a lot of stuff up.
Yeah,
He
I mean he
messed up a
did.
lot.
He did. But he
That's
helped
why what
put the
Doug
catalyst
did was
together,
so amazing because Chip he took us backwards. He actually
did.
took us
He did.
backwards.
He did.
When you have the talent of a
Shady McCoy.
Macklin, Shady, Deshaun Jackson, and Michael Vick, and then and when you leave, none of those guys are around anymore. Because you giving them away.
But you know what?
You took us backwards, and Doug Peterson came, and in 2 years won us a Super Bowl. So that's why I don't get too down on Howie, because Howie's a part of that. He was a key part of that rebuild.
We knocking Chip Kelly a little bit too much, even though he made a lot of moves we really disliked. He was the head coach of Nick Foles 27-2.
Yeah, he was. I'll give him that.
That's fair
And
enough.
Nick
He was
Foles
still-
was.
And wait, we were in really good condition because he had all that pickle juice and all that
Yeah, he
stuff
did,
going on.
yeah.
So
He was really big on physical condition, which
He
we were
was.
injury prone prior to Chip
He
Kelly
was.
coming here.
I'll give you that.
So the only thing is I like about Chip Kelly is the moves he made
he's gone.
that helped us to propel us to that Super Bowl. Those idiotic moves that he did help how you see the light. So you know
Yeah,
what?
but basically, yeah, they were so horrible. It's like,
So it
oh,
wasn't
I
for
see
Chip
where he's
Kelly.
going.
Howie Roseman wouldn't have made those moves that he made to get those pieces that we needed for that
He was the path
magical
to the
season.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, we wouldn't have one. We definitely would not.
Yeah,
have
he
one.
was the catalyst for the moves that Howie made. Actually, I think that because I truly believe this, such as I believe like if Andy Reid had not got fired by the Eagles, he doesn't win a Super Bowl. Sometimes you need that shakeup to refocus and rededicate yourself to your craft. And I think that's what Chip Kelly did for Howie Roseman when he sent him to the back room there. Howie really refocused and rededicated himself. And when he got the opportunity, he came back out and he came out blazing. And he was a main reason for that Super Bowl win because that roster was so solid. Whether it was because of all the stars and everything aligning, and whatever it was, that roster was like once in a lifetime. Everything just lined up. Because if you look at it, we weren't a very healthy team that year.
No,
we weren't. We lost our starting quarterback. We lost a lot of players, but he had the roster so solid that the backups came in and carried on, even to the extent that we won the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. So how he really did, and if it wasn't for Chip Kelly making those mistakes or making that power grab like he did, Howie would not have had the motivation to come back like he did. So I do give Chip Kelly for that. I give him that.
Yo, that was a funny comment, and
Sulema.
I almost spit water on my nose.
From pickle juice to ice cream.
Oh yeah,
But you know what? Chip Kelly picked Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey, I think.
To Flowers.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So Jeremiah says, so we have that type of talent on this team now. So if the coaches doesn't do well this year, are they Chip Kelly like?
Fair assessment.
No, it's not, because Chip was a whole mess. Chip was, if you didn't,
He was. They're not as much of a
he
mess
was a whole mess.
as
Like
Chip.
if you didn't listen to him, if you didn't respond, he was getting rid of you. This coaching staff is not doing that. If they fail, they are failing because of a lack of experience. That's what they're failing with. Chip failed because he
His
he
attitude
wasn't
sucked.
right. His attitude sucked. And what was the word that Jeffrey Lurie used? Emotional maturity. He didn't have the
Emotional
emotional
intelligence. He didn't have the
intelligence. Yeah,
he
he
didn't
didn't
have
have
the
the
emotional
emotional
IQ.
intelligence to deal with the team that he had under him.
That's
So it would be
big in
different.
leadership these days. You need
Yes.
emotional IQ. There's
Yeah.
classes for that. I hope they're putting all the coaches through the emotional IQ classes.
Yes, I do. So that's valid.
Let's do this. I want to
Matthew
do something
says-
before we go farther. With this, Chip, his draft picks: Lane Johnson, Zach Ertz, Benny Logan. That's his first year. Matt Barker was crappy.
He did some things.
Well,
He
his
did some
first
things.
year wasn't just him.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't
if-
just him.
His first year
2014,
was Howie. Howie had input on
Jordan
that first year.
Matthews, Joseph, Jalen. Who are these guys? Ed Reed, Bu Allen, Nelson Aguilar.
Aguilar.
Yeah, he
Aguilar.
Jordan Hicks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, his draft picks wasn't all that. I don't know, man. All right, no mind.
Look, Christopher Burton says, "Keep it together, Poti. Keep it together, Poti.
It's Pody. It's Pody.
Poti. Keep it together, Poti."
Hey man, this scotch is it's smooth.
All right, so
Now we got hype videos instead of
now I got to
cartoons.
go back to
That's-
this one because I kind of skipped over it, but it was too funny. Wait. All right, here we go.
What, Matthew?
All right, Dion says, "Nichelle, ain't nobody leaving nobody. We married for life on here. Don't go break it up with me in front of company." What a day I'm having.
Dion,
Look, that is Dion. I feel you on that because
Dion
that's how
is
I
the
feel.
same one that just said I'm getting food, but he ain't say he was getting me food, though, did he? He talking, but he ain't saying
Dion, I
nothing.
feel
Talking
you. That's
loud,
my
but he ain't saying nothing.
that's my perspective in my relationship. I was like, ain't nobody leaving nobody. No, ain't nobody. No, we two, and ain't nobody leaving nobody. Ain't gonna be no 50-50 because in Delaware ain't never gonna be 50-50. It's gonna be like 80-20, and I'm gonna be in the 20 part. So no, ain't nobody leaving nobody. Nobody leaving nobody. Here we go. Sulema says, "Yes, I really enjoy the hype videos."
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, we coming to the end of this quarter here, man. I am very optimistic about this season coming up. I am I take that Pro Football Focus ranking with a grain of salt because I know it's all before the season and we have to see it all play out. But does it make me feel good? Yes, it does make me feel good because I already feel good and I already feel optimistic about this upcoming season. So to see the experts or the pundits agree with me, yes, that makes me feel a lot better. But do I hang my hat on it? Not so much. I know that we have to see what happens, but you always want to hear good things about your team, and that's what Pro Football Focus did for me in putting that article out. So, I'm down with it. All right, we're coming up on the end of this quarter. Just 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, there we go. So that's the end of the quarter, guys. We're going to the fourth quarter. You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. I wouldn't have did 4 shots, but because I was talking so much shit about the clear, I got to do 4 shots. So anyway, all right, I'm going to.
Look, and John takes an excuse himself.
Listen, I'm about to tap out. And Dante
You're
said,
like,
you know
I'm
what?
tapping out.
I gotta go.
I'm drinking wine. Y'all got that.
I
I still
wanna
got
drink
work
some
to
wine.
do.
Yo, that
I
joint
still
just
got work to
jumped
do.
out on it. All right, here we go. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to do one more shot of the
doing half a
clear,
shot, man.
clean rum. Pat's going to do a half a shot. Nichelle's just been sipping. She's the only one with sense here. She's just been sipping. And you guys let me know what you're doing out there. I'm only going to do a half a shot, too. I'm not going to do a whole shot. But one thing that I'm confident of is I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm not going to feel it. I'm not going to feel it. So I'm cool with doing this half a shot here. And Brandon Tillery, you're late. You're late. Who that? Who that late?
Party.
Who that late to the party? Yeah, who that late? All right, here we go. So everybody, let me know what you're doing out there. Here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
now listening to the fourth quarter.
Hold up. Richard Boo comes right in the room and says, "Who can't hang, huh?" Richard, where the hell you been at? You come in the last quarter talking about who can't hang. Where were you? You're late. You're way late. All right. So
Well, I gotta give a shout out real quick to Christopher Burton in his straight up wrestling, and shout out to his wife. I saw that she's getting a little bit better, man. Appreciate you, good brother. Hope everything's going well on your end, man.
Christopher said, "You got to do the 4 shots for the sponsorship." You got to do. All right, I'm with that.
He's
Brandon
the
Tillery
producer.
says,
Is he the producer now?
"I know, right? What a great off season y'all had. We right here too. That's
Who's
great,
we?
Brandon. It's us.
New Orleans.
No, yeah, he's
No,
New Orleans. He's New Orleans.
Brandon's from New Orleans, but he got ties up here too,
Were
man.
you
He's
down
a
at
good dude.
Essence?
He's a good dude.
Were you at Essence, Brandon? Were you at Essence? He's a cool dude. What's up, Bird Gang? What's up, Sean? That's what's up.
Shell on there.
I
Oh,
see
Shell.
Shell.
Yeah, I see Shell. Hold
Shell
up.
showing up. Hey, Shell.
No, because Shell be shouting at people.
He
Yeah.
does. He don't.
But stop shouting. I'm not putting your
all
comment
caps.
up until you stop shouting at me.
Well, I like
And-
that comment because it looks all nice and professional, though. Look at it. It just looks different.
No, Pat.
Put Shell's comment
He
up.
He always shouts at me, and I love him. You know,
He shouts at
he put a
everybody.
post
You're
up.
not alone.
He put a post up. He shouts at everybody. He put a post up this week. I think, on Facebook, the Friends anniversary comes up. So it was our Friends anniversary. He says, "Joe, to the best big cuz ever. You know, my man, I respect you. So I got to give him a little leeway here. But stop yelling at me, Shell. Don't yell at me. I don't like that. I take this seriously. All right. Philadelphia Eagles, #1 defense in the NFC, #3 defense in the NFL. We're going to run the table 12-5.
You heard it here first, ladies.
You
and
heard it
gentlemen.
here first.
You
I'm
heard
going to
it here
remember
first.
that. Brandon says, "Yes, I was. Got to see Ron Isley
Okay,
and New
he was
Edition."
jamming
Okay.
at Essence. Okay.
He was in there.
Okay, he was in the house.
Oh, Richard says, "Correction, Don. I've been here."
he
He's been
he
there.
has
Oh,
been here. I meant to correct
Okay,
you,
my
but
bad.
you were
All right.
you were going off there. So
All right, that's what's up. All right, thank you, Richard. I appreciate the support. Okay, hang. I'm gonna go back. I gotta go back. I'm gonna check the tape because I'm the guy that checks
you gotta
the tape.
run the tape. No, he's stopping it earlier.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Been on that clear for 2 days.
Yes, I have. I'm going to bed after this. Leo says, aside from quarterback, what needs do you think the Eagles should address in the next draft?
Corner.
Well, corner. Yeah, I would say corner.
Yeah,
What would you say?
we've been saying corner though. I feel like for like 3 seasons.
But
or
we need to draft
secondary.
the
I'll say
first-
secondary because
secondary,
I would
Yeah,
want to
general.
address the safety position also. I would like to address
Yeah,
the safety position.
and how do you choose?
Crazy thing is, we had an opportunity to do it this year with Kyle Hamilton right there.
I know that's who I wanted.
That was a hard decision, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a hard decision to let that guy go, and pick up Jordan Davis. Even though Jordan Davis is a monster,
Right.
having Kyle, like, having that temptation there, like, why can we keep
That's
our 2
my
picks?
pick. That's who I wanted when they
Why we
did. When
can't keep our 2
Yeah.
picks?
I wanted Kyle. I wanted
Minshew
Kyle.
is still the backup, Bill.
Yeah, he is still a
He's
back.
For
still the
now.
backup
Until we trade him.
for now. Maybe somebody will need him. Who knows?
Mhm.
But yeah,
Well,
we
you know,
still
we turned
got the
down-
mustache. We still got the mustache.
Am I correct in the fact that we had an opportunity to maybe sign or acquire Nick Foles and we turned it down? Last year he turned us down, but I think this year we turned him down.
Yeah, I don't know if that was true, but we don't need to go in that route. We don't need to.
Yeah, I
bring-
think that would have been too much of a
No,
distraction.
yeah, that's we don't. Come on, we need to
Because
leave
I
all
love Nick
that
Foles.
buried.
Yeah,
I do too, but he has his statue. We done. We done.
Right.
Him and
I'm-
Doug are
I'm-
gone. I mean, they
I-
got their statue though. But Chris has a good question.
Mhm.
Let's
All
pose
right,
that
this
one to
is-
Pat.
Hold up, what? That's the question?
Why is our secondary always our weak link? It's
Yeah,
always
I
the
don't
weak
know.
link depending on the coverage that we're playing. Like when you have a corner that's a cover corner, you don't say, "All right, I want to play you in zone." You you got
No,
a corner.
correction. Was it a weak link when we had Malcolm Jenkins and Patrick Robinson when we won the Super Bowl?
Yes.
It was not a weak link.
Yes, it was.
We
I
had
think our
Malcolm
best-
Jenkins. Are you telling
500
me?
passing yards.
Oh yeah, that was fine, but that was the lack of a lack of pressure
Pass
from
rush, yeah.
the defense.
But
Yeah,
he got
there
the
was
ball
no
out quickly.
defensive
He got
pass
the
rush.
ball out quickly, but also the corners. You go back and look at it, the corners were playing off. And it goes back to this philosophy.
That was
we are bend.
philosophy. I don't think that was talent. That was
Well,
philosophy.
I mean, the game has changed. I mean, back when our corners were fire, like Lito Shepherd and that whole clique, that was fine for now. Now the receivers are all like 6'5".
Yeah, they
So
are.
it doesn't work anymore because just the way the game has shifted to a lot of the taller receivers, and a lot of the corners did not have the height to keep up with the taller receivers over the past 10 years. So that's
Well,
really where
well,
the
the skill
change is
level,
from.
the skill level of the receivers has increased, and the skill level of the D backs coming out of college has decreased. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
you're right on the assessment about the height situation, but also these kids going into college, they're more prepared to play the position of wide receiver than they ever was going back some 20 years ago when I came out.
Sure.
These camps, these training, they're teaching the kids the proper techniques to come off the line of scrimmage, how to run a proper route. I mean, you don't get this from 20 years ago. You had the ability to beat somebody with speed. You had techniques to get off the line of scrimmage, or you
Or you were
developed it over,
special.
or you was just special. You
Yeah,
didn't
you
have
just
all
special.
these 5-star wide receivers coming out. You got a kid that went to Jackson State, right? This kid can play defense and offense, but his footwork, if you watch his footwork is on the level of being in the freaking pros. So the level of talent that's in the position of wide receiver has increased, and the level of talent at the deep back position has decreased.
Well, that also came with such a high flying passing game.
Correct.
You know what I mean? As West Coast became the law of the land, it's like D-backs were just expendable. So if you think as you're recruiting younger generations, they're going to go to people that were getting a shine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I hate to put this guy on blast, but Diggs, right, from the Cowgirls, he was a wide receiver at Tavon Diggs was a wide receiver at Alabama. They switched him to corner because he wasn't as talented as Devontae Smith, as Henry Ruggs, as Amari Cooper, because that was the wide receivers at the time. Like they said, yo, you don't have no footwork. Go play defense. I mean, he still doesn't have footwork. He just able to anticipate and get interceptions. But at the end of the day, if you don't come in there ready already as a receiver, you're getting pushed to the cornerback position. The thing you say in college, you don't have to have the astute skills to be a cover corner yet, because sometimes you're not going to go against these A1 wide receivers. But in the NFL, it's an A1 wide receiver every week, unless it's the Eagles from past years.
Right.
So
it doesn't mean they shouldn't train for it though. Shout out to Akita Crispino, one of the best D-back coaches in the Northeast region.
I do got to say this before we end.
All right.
AJ Brown did reply to the comment made by Miles Sanders.
He did.
And I like this reply.
Let's talk about it.
He said, and I quote, he's excited about what this team could be. We all are, but we're not an all-star team. We definitely could be with years to come. We have to strap up our pads, improve it every year, and that's what we plan to do.
That's right.
He's
like, slow your roll, homie.
1 week at a time.
That's right.
He
told Booby to sit down.
Yes.
Slow your roll.
That was the most diplomatic and appropriate response to that, and follow up to what his young teammates said. That was very mature and responsible comeback to follow up and back up his teammate. He didn't slap him and say, "Oh no, he fucked up."
He just said he's excited.
He's excited. Just calm down. We know this is not an all-star team. He kind of put the fire out, so to speak, and that was a great thing to do. But that was the end of the fourth quarter, man. We thank you guys
Teamwork makes
so
the dream
much
work.
for joining us tonight. And with every week we get closer to training camp. It is July the 26th. What's today? The 7th? That's just
Yep.
what, 3 weeks away?
3 weeks
Yep,
away.
3
yep,
weeks
yep,
away.
yep.
Hey,
will
we
be
got a
in
joint
training camp.
practice. We got 2 joint practices in Miami, and they're open. They are open to the public.
We
in
flying to Miami? Who,
Yeah.
who booking
August
the
20,
tickets?
August 24th or August 25th. Hey, talk to the
My
sponsor. that we
birthday's
have.
the 20th. Who booking the tickets?
Talk to the sponsor right there with the rum.
I'm
Who
gonna
could-
reach out to
they
I'm gonna reach
they
out to
just
my
gave
man
the rum.
Amish.
They
We
ain't
gonna get a
sponsoring no
sponsorship. No. He my boy now. I'm gonna reach out to Amish. We be in Miami. Don't worry about it. I gotta get this shell out the way. No, open the budget up, Amish. We going. No, I'm only kidding. All right, here we go, yo. Thank you guys for tuning in to Eagles Talk this week. We'll be back next week, same bat channel, same bat time, talking about our Philadelphia Eagles being hyped and eagerly anticipating the start of training camp. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For my two teammates here, Pat and Nichelle, we'll see you guys next week. We're out. Peace.